Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant. We are back for some more Pathfinder Kingmaker on Last Azlanti and Unfair. We are standing in the Tenebrous Depths level 16. We have just finished clearing out basically the entire dungeon. We are just standing in front of the gateway that will lead us into the final boss, the Spawn of Rovagug. We're gonna go in, and I'm gonna discuss a little bit this fight before we start, and also before we start buffing, as this is probably one of the most dangerous fights in the entire game, and one that honestly I would say, if you are someone playing the game on Last Azlanti, don't do this fight. It's an optional fight. It's basically just a challenge. I mean, if you want, like I do right now, if you want to play Last Azlanti and get the final challenge or just kill all the bosses, then by all means go for it. Just make sure you are comfortable with losing a run to a very powerful boss, okay? Because what I want to say as well is, the risk/reward is not worth it, in my opinion. You do get some experience, sure, but at this point in the game, it's not gonna make that much of a difference. I don't think you will ever be able to reach level 20. I mean, maybe if you are like 18 and you want some more, maybe, but it's still not worth it, okay? The experience you get here is not worth the risk, and the rewards themselves, like the items, are also not worth the risk. In my opinion, I think it should drop a lot more powerful items than it currently does, but it is the way it is. And something else I also want to mention is that, like I said in the previous episode, there is a true ending for this, where you have an additional enemy in this fight. I wanted to do it, sadly I cannot. I missed some items in the past, and I'm not gonna scour the entirety of Tenebrous Depths looking for them. So we'll do the regular fight. So let's look at our enemy here, because we can see him before starting the fight, just by moving up a bit. He's a very pretty beast. And there we are. Gorgeous, isn't he? Very, very gorgeous. I actually like the model a lot. That's what he said. Okay, so first things first. If we had gotten the true ending option, we would also get the dragon over here. He is a silver dragon, so I would expect cold damage. And for the most part, in my opinion, I would try to ignore it. I've never done the fight with him here, but if I were to do it, my plan would be to ignore it completely. We would have resist cold, we would have protection from cold, so I think he wouldn't actually be able to do much to us. I would just focus on the main boss. Now, let's look at him. This guy here, Spawn of Rovagug. He has freedom of movement, fast healing 20, true seeing and power attack as permanent effects. He is a chaotic evil level 23 aberration, gargantuan. His stats are quite nice, but nothing, you know, out of the ordinary. 1610 hit points, which is quite a bit. Especially with fast healing, it can be annoying. 55 AC, which can be problematic for some people. Flat-footed 42, and touch is 29. So clearly touch is the one we want to try to exploit. 34 spell resistance is very annoying. And his saves, well, reflex is the weakest one, but I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference here. He has 15 damage reduction, no exceptions. And he has 20 resistance to all energy types: acid, cold, adhesive, fire, and sonic. He is immune to mind affecting, he's immune to fear, compulsion, poison, charmed, polymorph, and petrified. He is immune to grapple, immune to baleful polymorph, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, sleep, prone, entangle, difficult terrain, slowed, staggered, and immobilized. So he's immune to basically everything you want to use against him to disable him. And we could not check out his offense or abilities. Thankfully, I know them because I fought them before, and I also checked the wiki. in any case before I start the fight. So the main things to know, I'm just going to turn off my inspector so I don't always have the pop-up. This guy will spawn some minor enemies during the fight, but those minor enemies will all die when he dies. So, something I mentioned in the previous episode, I'm gonna mention it again. The point of this fight, in my opinion, is you want to burn through this HP as quickly as possible. You want to be very offensive in this fight. You don't want the fight to last. Why? Because every so often, this guy will do a roar, a very large AoE roar, and what that roar does is, it basically applies Dispel Magic on everybody on the area. And Dispel Magic is bad, because if you are fighting unbuffed in Pathfinder Kingmaker, you are dead. So Dispel Magic will not remove every single buff at once, right? Unless you were supremely unlucky. But he does cast that every so often. So if the fight goes long, eventually you are gonna lose a lot of buffs, you are gonna get very hurt, and you will likely die. Also, to mention it, every time he removes a buff with Dispel Magic, he heals. So it's even more annoying that way. So you want to kill him ASAP. That's my whole game plan for this fight, is burn through his HP as quickly as possible. What else is to know? Not only does that roar dispel you, it will also apply the same effect as Song of Discord, which is basically like a confusion spell. It does not show up on your debuffs, and if the wiki is correct, it cannot be saved against or protected against with something like Shield of Law. You cannot be immune to it. Okay, so that's something to note. So, what I want to do here, and hopefully get it right, is we're gonna get some summons out. We're gonna buff our entire party back here. When we want to start a fight, we send the summons in. We wait for the guy to roar, because not only does he cast it every so often, he also starts the fight with it. So I don't want to just run in and get dispelled. We're gonna wait until the initial roar and then go in. Try to avoid getting dispelled. So the summons will go in as bait for him to do the roar, and once he does the roar, then we go in and bash his face in. That is the game plan, essentially. So first things first, I will want a Guarded Earth, and I want it to affect my backline as well as my front line. So I think like here is gonna be a good position for it. He actually has a short aggro range, if I remember correctly. I think you have to be like over here for him to aggro. And this is perfect, yeah. So my front line will get the benefit, my back line will get the benefit. I think we're good with this. He will also toss out some like bomb AoE effect. I'm not sure if it just targets everyone or if it just hits an area. So I'm gonna try and spread my backline a bit so we don't get all hit at the same time. I will also be using Holy Bombs on Juby. And this is basically the only reason why I take Holy Bombs in the entire game, is for this fight. Because given that the guy has resistance to all energy, you cannot save against divine damage. So a good way to deal divine damage is Jubilost with Holy Bombs, because his touch AC is also his poorest AC. So hopefully we can get some nice damage out of him. So yeah, you're gonna have this. And let's start working on the buffs. I think I've said all I had to say. And I forgot something. I should have summoned my wyverns before buffing, but okay. These are just the long buffs, I can do it afterwards. Okay, so you give me your wyvern, and you give me your wyvern. These will be our bait creatures here. Let's also get the buff from the weapon before I forget. So, Heroic Invocation on everybody. Okay, you can swap back to this. I could also have her go with Ovinrbane just for extra damage, but I think I'm fine. I'll just go like this, the usual route. Okay, so you're buffing us. And yeah, we are gonna use every single buff in our spellbooks for this fight. Okay, so medium duration, let's go. I am finished buffing, so I'm gonna get my legendary proportions as well. And I do want this on all of my frontline. Okay, perfect. This has been applied, awesome. You are still casting.
Therefore I became righteous. Does it mean whatever I do now becomes right because I am righteous?
Now, I don't think there's gonna be any kind of death effects here, but just in case, get it. And the same thing here, I'm gonna get Archon's Aura. The guy is mind affecting immune, but maybe his friends are not, and it could help out there. I will get some resistances to fire in case I splash damage with my main character to try to protect us a bit. And maybe also protection from fire, get that going. We are gonna drink our mutagens, every single one of us. Perfect. You have the correct setup for your arcane weapon enhancement. This won't actually do much because since he has resistance to the energy types, I think it's always gonna cut all of the damage, but get this going anyway.
I am your shield.
In case I need it, let's get freedom of movement. And I will also give it to my main character. I think you also have one, right? Yeah, you do. Let's put it here. So this goes on the leopard as well. Up there. All right. Thinking. What else do I need? I can go for this because he does hit quite hard as well, I feel. Let me see. It doesn't show. But I remember the guy hitting for quite a lot of damage. Okay, so we got stone skins, we got resistances. Medium buffs are done, legendary proportions are done. Is there anything I might be missing in terms of medium duration? I don't believe so. I think we're done here.
Any fun to be had?
So let's go for our short duration buffs. Okay, so what do I want? I want invisibility. You as well.
I'm listening.
You can give displacement on the leopard. And you can give displacement on yourself, because why not?
Together we stand.
Cordon Pine is gonna move up, and actually, this is a medium duration, isn't it? Yeah, let's get the saving throws one as well. What's happening here? Oh, it's not targeted, okay. That's done. So, you want Divine Power. You are Invis. You are Invis. Invis Knock Knock. Invis Valerie.
I am yours.
You also get Sense Vitals.
I will not falter.
Yeah, so Divine Power on you.
So, any brilliant ideas?
You get both of these buffs. Firebrand. Okay.
See this through.
Burst of Glory. We want Bestow Grace of the Champion on my main character for extra saves, obviously. I think I will also get a prayer. Wait, is this... It's a luck bonus. Okay, so I'm gonna get it as well. Get the prayer here. Ah, right. So since Vital's on you, you also have it.
What's new?
You have both of these buffs. I will want transformation on Knock Knock and probably also on Rigongar. And I think you have it, right? Yeah, you have it as well. Because I don't see myself casting spells against him because of his resistances. I will just go for as much damage as possible. So, am I done casting with you? I believe so. So transformation on you.
Quiet.
Transformation on Knock Knock. You are done. Yes. I could and probably should turn off fighting defensively, but I think I still want some AC in the front because the guy, I think he cleaves.
I stand ready.
Ah, right. So I want Shield of Law and Shield and the other one, the Holy Aura. So Shield of Law and Holy Aura. Okay.
Does anyone require my counsel?
And if I'm taking time doing this, it's because it is really important to not forget anything here. I could also try to exhaust him, but I don't think I want to waste a round doing this. I think I just want to pump out damage.
You require my assistance?
Okay, so you have your Holy Bombs, you have the Fast Bombs.
Our time has come.
I think Cordempina is just gonna be shooting, because this guy has a lot of spell resistance. You're hitting, you're hitting, you're hitting and singing. Ah, I did forget something. Let's get your Eagle Soul for extra strength and go back to your Scimitar. You are using the correct weapons. Yes, you are. Correct robe. Correct robe. All right. I feel like I have everything I need.
Don't hesitate.
I am double checking.
Together we stand.
Yeah, basically I could get some more summons, but I don't think it's gonna make a difference for what we're going for here. Yeah, I think this is what we need. I am nervous. It is a very run in... Oh, I forgot haste.
Yes.
Of course. This is why we double check. Okay, haste is up, extended.
Never stop learning.
Okay, so I think now we are done. So basically, all of my party will wait here.
I can see my destination.
And we're basically gonna wait until we see the guy casting the spell magic. Or just see his roar. Ah, something else I want. Really forgot. I also want Blessing of the Faithful Long on everybody. Okay, go away. Leopard. Okay, and I think I mentioned this. I think I'm gonna have Cordempina basically just shooting with the bow, because all damage matters here. And her other job is gonna be, if the fight does go long, or a little bit long, we're gonna be casting mass heal on our party to heal up the AoE damage this guy deals, because it is a lot. Okay, so with that said, I think everything's sorted. Let's begin. Okay, so charge him, and you guys just wait. There we go. Okay, nobody's moving. Good, let's wait there. What are you doing? He's saying something. I think that's not the roar. Yeah, I think this is the roar. Yeah. Okay, Dispel Magic, we can see it right there. We are good to go in then. So let's turn the inspect off. Everybody move in. I want my main character like over here. I want Cordampina here. I want Jubilost there. Everyone else just go and murder. And I want to go for touch AC. I don't think I can. I can make it flat-footed, or I can just give a charisma bonus on attack rolls. How much do you have currently, actually? You have plus 47 and plus 50. Yeah, I think we're good to hit him. I will still use this, though. Okay, move in. He is summoning his friends. That's okay. Okay, he's gonna attack. It's fine. I forgot to sing with Valerie. God damn it. Let's remedy that right now. So sing and go. I want to activate this as soon as I am closer. So like for example here. He missed my leopard. And he also missed the wyvern. How much do you attack for? Critical miss on the wyvern. Okay. Because he does have a plus 33. So he will always hit the wyverns. He will not hit my leopard. He needs to crit to hit my leopard. Okay, that's very good actually. He only has a plus 33 and our ACs are quite high for that. Okay, awesome. So, you are in range, so start shooting. You are still kind of far away. Go over there. Am I in range? Almost. Okay, so, as usual, the plan is gonna be Grandmaster Rod. We turn on impromptu sneak attack. This is crucial to bypass spell resistance. Hellfire Ray the guy. You have arcane accuracy. Perfect, that's what I wanted. And okay, you're shooting. You can start shooting from over there. And let's see how much we can actually deal here. We dealt quite a bit. He's on half HP already. I think this is his AoE nuke. I am going to quicken another one of these. See if we can bypass spell resistance a bit. Okay, so a bunch of damage on everybody. I think my wyverns are dying because the game auto-paused. But he's taking a lot of damage. So on my next round, we go back to Grandmaster. And I think my Hellfire Ray can actually finish him off. We can also see Jubilost dealing 70 damage here. It's quite good. Once you are done shooting, I think I'm gonna go for a mass heal as well. Although we're actually kind of fine. He didn't do that much damage here. Another one. Let's actually not mess around with this. I'm gonna wait with Cordampina. And after this cast, I'm gonna mass heal. We are gonna... I think he's gonna die right now. Oh my god, dude. What the hell was that? Well, we killed him. I have never seen him deal this kind of damage. How am I taking this damage? What am I missing? I'm missing something here. Did I get meleeed? That can't be right. I'm dealing a bunch of damage, nice. Yeah, what is this? How? It was the bomb. It was the bomb. And then I still took some more. Does it splash like from allies and you take more damage from it? Let me back up here. God damn, we nearly died. Did not expect that amount of damage. Let's heal up quickly. Okay, we're good. Well, I will say that the fight was probably one of my cleanest fights because we killed them very quickly. It kind of went like I was imagining it because we do have a lot of damage coming from the Hellfire Rays, but I did not expect that amount of damage. I think it's because he targeted me. Okay. It's the first time I've killed him so fast, and I think it's the first time I've seen so much damage on a character of mine. We're alive though, and he is dead. And yeah, this is why I don't advise doing this on Last Azlanti, man. There's so much that can go wrong so quickly that it's just not worth it. Let's pick up the loot, and then we're gonna kind of analyze the fight afterwards. Okay. A shell of a monstrous egg that seems to consist entirely of hardened madness. That spider was a summon, and he drops these 3 items. Okay, let's look at what we got. We got the Belt of Perfect Components. This belt makes 1st and 2nd level spells cast by its wearer empowered and extended. This is nothing special. You can buy a better version of this at the Rushlight tournament or in Pitax. So, not worth it. We get the Greater Ring of Ultimate Protection. This one is actually cool. You get a +5 resistance on all saving throws, +5 deflection bonus to AC, spell resistance 24, and DR2 against everything. It's a cool ring. It is also very similar to the one we get in the Rushlight tournament. So you can see right here, Greater Ring of Ultimate Protection, and what we're using is the Lesser Ring of Ultimate Protection. The differences are, the Greater one has 1 more resistance to saving throws, 1 more deflection, 5 more spell resistance, and 1 more DR. So it's all kind of a minimal upgrade. I will not complain about getting a minimal upgrade, but it is a minimal upgrade. I think you're probably going to replace this because everybody else has things that I value more. Yeah, I just value my current rings more. So I guess you can replace this one. Lesser one for the greater one. Okay, tiny upgrade. We get the Malevolent Scream, which is a heavy mace +5 that deals +1d6 sonic damage. When it lands a hit, it gives the target vulnerability to sound. Multiple applications of this effect do not stack. So it is cool that it applies vulnerability. It doesn't even allow for a save. And it's on a hit, not even a critical hit. But you don't really have a lot of sonic damage sources in this game. You have like Shout and Greater Shout, and I guess some weapons deal sonic damage. But it's very specific. I would never use this, for example. We have the Red Dragon Scale Helmet. Grants the wearer fire resistance 15 and a +6 enhancement bonus to intelligence ability score. Who cares? We have stuff like this which is just a lot better. We picked up a Wand of Heroism. Yay! And we picked up the Neutralizer. Composite shortbow +4. When it lands a hit, it grants the target DR10 melee, which is kind of weird. It also inflicts a -4 penalty to AC against melee attacks, and every melee attack deals additional 4 damage to it. So it's essentially a buff to your melee combatants. It's actually an interesting weapon, but who really uses composite shortbows? Well, I don't usually do, but I guess it's a unique kind of weapon, it can be usable, but looking at all of this, the only value I see here is going to be this ring, which isn't even that much of an upgrade over this one. So, is it worth losing a run here, or nearly losing a run here like I did just now? Because of these upgrades, I don't think it is. You get 46,000 experience, which is not nothing. But again, at this point in the game, it's nothing major either. With that said, every time I have like a big, massive fight or an important, dangerous fight, I like to look at the log and kind of analyze what we got, because I know a lot of people are also kind of curious as to what kind of damage we are dealing, how we are dealing, the amount of damage we're dealing, how do we handle AC of the enemies, how do we handle our defenses, all that stuff. We're gonna go through all of that right now. So, I think, first of all, let's start with the actual preparation for the fight. I won't go through all of the buffs, I think we've seen them a bunch of times already during the course of the game, but in case you want to see what I'm buffing, I will just slowly, you know, kind of move down here so you can see it. They are a lot, so I'm not going to go over them one by one. But yeah, these were all the buffs all the way up to here that we used. Then, also important thing, we waited for the Spawn of Rovagug to actually do his shout ability, his roar, which means we were able to dodge his Dispel Magic, which means we are playing with all of our buffs. Okay, that's a very important thing to do, and we did it correctly. So he dispelled our wyverns, which were the bait targets, just like we planned. Awesome. And then what happened? We went in, right? And the Spawn of Rovagug attacked Valerie with Claw. So let's look at this. Basically, we're dealing with a bonus to attack of 33, because he has a base attack bonus of 17, plus 16 from strength, minus 4 from size, plus 4 from difficulty, from unfair, minus 5 from power attack, and plus 5 from the claw. Valerie, though, has an armor class of 59. She has a base value of 10. She has a minus 2 due to her size. She has a plus 2 from insight from her shiny helmet, a plus 2 sacred from Blessing of the Faithful. She has plus 4 from dexterity, plus 5 deflection from Shield of Faith, the level 1 spell from Cordampina, plus 11 armor from the Singing Steel Breastplate, plus 1 focus from Medium Armor Focus, plus 9 from Tower Shield, plus 1 from Shield Focus, Defeat, plus 1 from Dragon Resistances from Dragon Disciple, plus 2 from Natural Armor Increase, also from Dragon Disciple. She has a plus 6 from Legendary Proportions, plus 5 from Barkskin, plus 1 from Dodge, and plus 1 from Haste. Which means this guy can actually hit Valerie with his bonus, but he does have to roll quite high. I think he has to roll above 16 or above to hit her. If we also look at this one here, attacking our Leopard, he will never be able to hit our Leopard unless he actually crits. So, also important to note, right? Attack bonus of 33, armor class of 72, he will never be able to reach this value. How do we have this? Base value of 10, minus 1 from our size because we are enlarging our pet. We have plus 2 insight from foresight. We have plus 2 sacred from Blessing of the Faithful, 11 from dexterity, 5 from Shield of Faith, 4 from Mage Armor, 4 from Shield, which is Jubilous spell. And something I think is noteworthy to mention is that Foresight is a level 9 spell. It's giving us 2 AC. Obviously, that's not the main benefit from Foresight, but just for this example, let's consider it. Level 9 spell gave us 2 AC. Shield of Faith, Mage Armor, and Shield are all level 1 spells. But they scale. That's the main part about those spells. So, +5 here, +4 here, +4 here. Then we have natural armor from the leopard itself. +4 from Beast Shape Smilodon. +18 from Tough Skin, which is also just from the leopard. +5 from Bark Skin, +1 from Dodge, +1 from Haste. So, a lot of AC here. He would never be able to hit him. And then we can also look at our attacks. So our leopard attacks the Spawn of Rovagug with Bite. And even while targeting his highest AC, which is just regular AC, we are still hitting, because we have an attack bonus of 49. So rolling a 6 or above will hit. Why? Base attack bonus of 11, cool. Strength bonus of 18, -1 from being enlarged, +9 from Guarded Earth. This is the community ability from our cleric, very, very useful. +1 from prayer, +2 from flanking, +4 from heroic invocation. This is from this is the level 9 wizard spell, which we are getting from Valerie's weapon, which can buff us with heroic invocation. +2 from inspired courage, that's Valerie Bard Song. +1 from haste, +5 from enhanced attacks, that's just normal progression on the leopard. +1 from bite, because his bite is a magical weapon. And a penalty of 4 on fighting defensively. His AC is 55 due to all of this. And I'm going through this because, again, I know that a lot of people try to understand how exactly you reach certain values. I'm just showing it how I do it. What else do we have here? So Valerie attacked, again a +48 attack bonus, she hit. Damage is getting reduced by a lot, right? Because she dealt 3d8 +26 damage, +10 sneaking damage, and +4 fire damage. But given that the guy has damage reduction, it gets reduced to 27, and he also has resistance to fire, which also reduces it to 0. So all of our damage gets cut by a lot. And then... what else really is important to mention here? Critical hit, nice. Cordampina is also attacking with a 42 attack bonus. And we're talking about a cleric, okay? It's not a fighter, it's a cleric. And the cleric is attacking with 42 attack bonus. I was quite good. So, base attack bonus, 14, dexterity, 7, Guarded Earth, +9, Divine Power is giving us a +6, Heroic Invocation +4, Inspired Courage +2, Haste, Braces of Archery, and we're losing on Rapid Shot as well, because we're using this. Though we rolled a 1, which failed. Knock Knock. Knock Knock has an attack bonus of 59, so he can never miss unless he rolls a 1. Base attack bonus of 19, this is due to transformation. A lot of dexterity as well. He does have reduced person, so he has a plus bonus from size. Guarded Earth, Prayer, Flanking, Competence, Outflank for 2 more. Weapon focus on Kukri. The +4 from Fiery Blood, which is his weapon. Not sure what this one is, I don't remember. And the -4 on fighting defensively. This is a very good attack bonus, I will say. We're hitting for 70 damage, and it's after reductions, right? So we dealt 29 slashing, reduced to 14. Our fire damage went to 0. We got 2d6 sneak attack damage, I think it's from our necklace. Then 10d8 sneak, which led to 50 slashing damage. And then acid and fire reduced to 0. So, a lot of damage. But more importantly here, we have our Hellfire Rays. Attack bonus of 45, and we are targeting touch AC. Flat-footed, 16. And sorry, my voice is kind of going away. I'm gonna just pause the video. Okay, so I drank some water and hopefully I will have voice until the end of the episode. But yeah, basically we have an attack bonus of 45, targeting a 16, so you can always hit. We will always hit unless we roll a 1. Why do we have this? Base attack bonus of 9, plus 10 from dexterity. And, you know, we have a lot of ways to increase our dexterity through our items, to the mutagen and whatnot. That's why we have plus 10. Plus 9 from Guarded Earth. Plus 2 from the Great Dreamer's Smile. This, I think, is our ring. Plus 4 Heroic Invocation. Plus 2 from the Bard Song. Plus 1 from Haste. And then we have Death from Afar, which are gloves. Plus 4. And our Ambrosial Attire of Arcane Annihilation, which is another plus 4. So, a lot of bonuses. These are their sources. And for damage, we are dealing, and I think this doesn't show the damage too well. It's kind of tough to understand what this is supposed to be, because it looks like it's like 135 divided by 2, which is not correct, obviously. So this means something else. But sure, okay. So 101 fire damage due to empowered and maximized, plus 18 fire damage from our sneak attack damage, and I think plus 1d6 from our where is it? It's gone. From our firebrand. Correct. Okay, so 103 damage after reduction. Then we also deal 101 unholy damage. And this, by the way, is the same ray. So when we fire Hellfire Ray, we are actually firing 3 rays because we have spell specialization in Hellfire Ray, which means for Hellfire Ray, our caster level is actually 20, which means we are casting 3 rays at once. So we're dealing this amount of damage basically 3 times. So 103, 101, and then second ray, 108, 101, and the third ray, 84 and 101. So this is like over 600 damage with a single cast. And also it's possible because of our Grandmaster's Rod, naturally. That's why it's important to have this masterpiece. This second Hellfire Ray was quickened, so not using our Grandmaster's Rod. And if we compare, well, first of all, we rolled a 1. So we missed our first ray. Our second ray hit, and we actually overcame the spell resistance. And it's nothing similar, right? We dealt 12 damage and 28 damage. So much lower amounts of damage. Jubilost dealing 70 divine, so it cannot be reduced. The reduction you see here is because he has Firebrand, and he also has a 1d6 fire damage, which got reduced to 0. But divine damage went the full amount, not reduced. Then this bitch dealt a lot of damage to everyone. And this was a time where I was like, do I mass heal or do I not mass heal? I think I'm okay. And then he did it again, and we nearly died. This was our third Quicken Ray. Again, low damage. And Jubilost again, 69 damage over here. Knock Knock hit quite hard over here as well. And then the final Hellfire Ray with our Grandmaster Rod. We rolled a 11, which would always hit. And we dealt 106 plus 101 on the first ray, killing the Spawn of Rovagug. So basically, we overkilled by around 500 damage. Yeah, we dealt 500 damage over the necessary amount to kill the enemy. I am pleased. I am very sad about this one, though. I definitely was not expecting this. But that's my bad. That is my bad. I forgot that this is how it worked. Because after the fact, what I'm seeing here is that he shoots his bomb at a target. That target will take a lot of damage, and then everybody in the area will also take damage. And I was basically deceived by this amount of damage. I was like, oh, he's only dealing like 30 to 40 damage, so I'm okay. I don't have to worry about this. And then, blam. Well, thankfully, we lived. But it's a lesson for anybody watching and for myself in the future as well. Okay, so I think I went over pretty much everything we did here. It wasn't anything special. The plan I mentioned at the start of the fight was exactly what ended up happening, so I'm happy about that. The goal was avoid the initial Dispel Magic, bait with the summons. After the Roar with Dispel Magic, we move in and we just try to overload with damage as much as possible. So for instance, I could have exhausted him, but this would mean losing a round. And I did not want to lose a round casting a spell that did no damage. That's why I just went full out offensive with Hellfire Rays. I said it a little bit ago, I'm gonna say it again. I think this was probably, with the exception of nearly dying there, my main character, this was probably my cleanest fight with this boss. And most of it is due to Grandmaster's Rod, plus Hellfire Ray, plus, you know, everything about this character, right? Arcane Trickster, our spells, our items, our feats, all that. We dealt a lot of damage from our Sorcerer. And trust me when I say, I have done this fight before with different main characters, not Arcane Tricksters, and it's not an easy fight. You may see this video and think, okay, he just kills over and dies very quickly. Not the case. Okay? I've had this take a long time. I've died multiple times to this with other main characters because the fight went on too long. He dispelled my buffs, he would continuously heal, and it just becomes way too bad for your party. You get dispelled, summons are showing up and all that. It's just not good. In any case, I'm happy with the result. We survived, we killed them. I wanted to get the challenge onto this playthrough for the channel and I got it done, so I am pleased about that.
Focus on the goal.
I think I've analyzed the fight for everything that I remembered, but I would say that if anybody has like a specific question or something wasn't clear about what was done here, leave a comment below and I'll try to, you know, explain what I did or whatever you need, I can try to answer. But yeah, let's go outside and report the success to the dragon. And we are done with this DLC. I'm trying to think if there is actually a fight that's more difficult or more dangerous, let's say. If there is a more dangerous fight than this one in the entire game. And I don't think there is. I think this is actually probably the toughest fight in the game. Sorry, I was kind of out of it. I didn't even read what I was doing. We won. The monster is defeated. So why do I feel that our victory is not complete? I am filled with doubt. Something is wrong. I feel that danger has not yet passed. We have postponed the awakening of the monster for centuries, perhaps thousands of years. But I feel its life pulsating in the desecrated depths. The egg still lives. The larva of another nightmare will someday be born. You have accomplished a great feat. I bow to you. Now turn away from this kingdom of darkness and return home. The peace that you have won will last for many generations. I will remain here. My duty is not yet fulfilled. My vigil will continue. Okay, So I think probably if you get a true ending and it's possible to save this guy, you will very likely get a different dialogue here. I've never seen it before, so I can't speak too much about it. 108 gold for nothing. Okay, I'll take that deal. So let's go back to our regular spells. Because we did swap some stuff around here for this. This was very, well, not sure if very useful, but this was useful. Who actually used it? We did not actually need to use it. Okay, cool. But I had this here because if he did his roar and there was gonna be a saving throw against the Song of Discord effect or even the Dispel magic, that's why I have this. To expend this and make the save. So I like it. I think I'm gonna keep it here. The Holy Aura I'm gonna take away. And I will have the Firestorm with me in case I run into some Mandragora swarms that I forget they're there. So I want this here. I can go back to Overwhelming Presence. I took it out because you cannot affect the spawn with mind affecting spells, so it would do nothing. Do I take 2 of them? Nah, let's play it safe. I'll just take 3 mass heals on one of these. And Juby I think is fine as he is, right? Yeah, he's fine. Okay, let's rest. I'm still kind of... I'm still a bit in shock with that hit that my main character took. I really wasn't expecting it. I got deceived by the low amount of damage that the other characters were taking. I thought it would not do as much damage on that single character. Okay, and I think right now we're done with this. These labyrinths I started to think they'd never end, but in the end we triumphed as always. Farewell, Spawn of the Beast, you will poison the earth beneath our feet no more. I think at this point we are basically done with everything in the game that is not main quest. I think all of the optional stuff is completed now. We basically have to wait for the Bald Hilltop event to happen, which will trigger the continuation of the main quest. But other than that, I think we've done everything. I think we've explored everything in the map. We've done the Magical Prison. We've done the Castle of Knives quest. We've done the entire Tenebrous Depths. We did all of our companion quests. So yeah, I think I did everything. Let's check out our kingdom here. We have an act of terror. Oh, what? Rovagug's followers have carried out an act of terror in the city. A tavern was engulfed in flames, burning to ash along with dozens of citizens. The minions of the beast gods seek to shatter society and cause discord, and they've chosen our lands from which to embark on their quest to destroy the world. The local people are terrified, preferring to stay at home for fear of another attack. It is time to put an end to this nightmare. Does this happen because we killed the spawn? I don't know. I can't actually use anybody right now, they're all busy. I also cannot rank up anyone because everybody is occupied, right? Yep. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end the episode here. It was basically an episode of preparing for the Spawn of Rovagug fight, doing the fight, analyzing the fight, and yeah, so basically an episode dedicated to that particular boss. And I do think it's important because I find it to be a very challenging enemy. I know the first time I fought it, when playing the game, I struggled. I couldn't really see a way to actually deal with him until I learned how to try and avoid that first dispel magic, that I should kind of ignore the ads and just focus on him and just kind of go all out on damage and not waste rounds doing something that wasn't damage. And I think it's important because a lot of people struggle with this boss, and I want to show exactly what I'm doing to achieve success against this boss. With that said, I think my plan is likely going to be skipping days because... Oh, right. I remember. I still have the Mysterious Shrine quest to do. Okay. I guess I can do that while I wait for this guy to finish, to send him on this problem here. But yeah, then it's just a matter of kind of sitting in the barony, ranking up advisors, looking at quests and whatnot. Events, sorry. Because there's not much else to do. Okay, so with this, my friends, we are gonna finish the episode. As always, I want to thank you all for being here with me on the channel, watching some Pathfinder Kingmaker. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Questions, suggestions, if you want to discuss how you approach this fight with the Spawn of Rovagug, if you find it to be an easy fight, a difficult fight, how you deal with it, your frustrations, leave a comment below. I would love to read about it. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. Many more videos coming out soon. It is also a free and easy way to support the channel. I hope to see you all in the next episode, and until then, stay safe everyone.